Alright, I have to sit down and make a video. It's been just a little bit. We're starting to get hate mail. What could I possibly do a video on, though? Let me search around YouTube, see what I can find.
You said,
Sorry, what tweet?
The tweet, the question about rape of a Labour politician.
There was no question about rape, that's a lie, and I'm not going to accept that framing. No, I'm not accepting that framing.
Tell me
I
how
said
I
I wouldn't either. That's not a threat, it's not promised action, it's actually just defence.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm not going to be apologising for my crimes against political correctness. I hate political correctness. I'm not answering the question.
The second one.
That's right, Sargon joined UKIP, so did Dankula. Good on them, turning their YouTube careers into something worthwhile. That actually gets me thinking a little bit. No, I can't do a video on that. Let's move on.
Hey everyone! So we're doing a phone video today. Probably much worse audio quality and video quality. Sorry about that. I just want to make a video really quick because yesterday someone proposed to me.
I love it just starting this while I'm still trying to put some mascara on so I look a little human.
I mean, I don't have any makeup on. I'm a mess. I just woke up.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful. Anyways, obviously it's Fiona. She's right off screen.
Huh, well, I didn't know turning you down in that last video I did, Riley, was going to send you into a fit so you got engaged. I guess that trip is never gonna happen. Well, congratulations. Can't do a video about this.
Hi everyone, Sandman here.
No. Look, Sandman is 10 pounds of crazy monkey shit in a 3-pound bag. But I've proven he's a moron more often than not. This one's not happening.
The secret to dealing with women. All you have to do, and this is top secret, this is the deepest, reddest pill of all. To understand women and how to deal with them, you just have to think of them as giant, fuckable children with tits.
I beg your pardon? Looks like we found a winner. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Help for the Guildless. My name, of course, is Antoine. Sorry for that overly long intro. I was really struggling finding something to do a video on. And then, holy shit, did I stumble across something. Well, I couldn't say I stumbled across it. It was given to me by one of my subscribers on my Discord, where you can do that sort of thing. The name of this idiot is Turd Flinging Monkey. I did not think I was going to find someone worse than Sandman, who had more subscribers than Sandman. Oh god, humanity is going to kill itself. Not only does he have more subscribers, but apparently he is more popular amongst the MGTOW. He is definitely one of their paragons, one of their tent poles, one of their, well, useless idiots. And just to let you know, that was him. Directly from his video, the video I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to have to change the name of my playlist from the Sandman Chronicles to the MGTOW Chronicles now. Well, I guess I could throw my Penoid video in there too. So, I'm not going to beat around the bush too much more. If you can't tell, I'm kind of padding this, because I want the MGTOW that are going to be watching this to get their anger up by the time I actually get to Turd Flinging Monkey, because I want to say this to you. Instead of coming at me in the comments, there's a link down below to my Twitter. By all means, my DMs are open. If you really have an issue with what I have to say, hit me up. We'll talk, have a discourse. We'll even keep it private, because I know you guys don't like actually espousing your ideas in the real world. You just like passing around the ideas in your little circle jerk of MGTOW. Whoever finishes on the cracker last apparently has to eat the idea. So, if you have a problem, I have a wonderful show, Sunday mornings, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, called Caffeinated or Die. You go right ahead, you hit me up in DMs, I'll bring you on. If you can't do that, if you can't have your ideas hold up to that, then hit me up with whoever you can get me to talk to. I'll come into your turf. I have no problem with that. Now, I think I've padded my run time enough. Let's let Turd Flinging Monkey, well, we're gonna hand him a shovel. He's just gonna keep digging his own grave.
Hey everyone, this is Turd Flinging Monkey.
How's it going, monkey? I'm Antoine. I'm the one that's going to be ripping you a new one. Nice to meet you.
Now, a fair number of my subscribers are Muslim who come from traditional Muslim countries, and I appreciate their perspective on the issues that I talk about in my videos. And also, kudos to you guys for being bilingual. I really wish I could speak multiple languages. I only speak English and Millennial, and I am totes jelly.
Well, I don't like to brag. I mean, since you're totes jelly about the people who can speak multiple languages, I actually speak 5. English, bad English, innuendo, sarcasm, and snark. I'm starting to learn MGTOW, and unfortunately that's one language I really don't want to know.
Anyway, the issue at hand is I hear a lot of Muslims in my comment section talking about how the women in their countries are becoming just like Western women. And they're blaming Western culture. They're blaming like the media and feminism and everything like that for corrupting their women. And I want to kind of give you guys a little reality check, because you sound just like the Western men who blame all the things women are doing on cultural Marxism. And it's a way of white knighting and taking the responsibility off of women.
I'm sorry. Did you just suggest that Muslim MGTOW are white knighting for women? Oh Lord. Strap in, boys and girls. This is gonna be a long one.
So how do you deal with women? All women, whether they're Muslim women, whether they're Western white women, whether they're black women, how do you deal with women?
There's a bit of irony here. The MGTOW are getting advice from a man that doesn't want to deal with women, so much so that he got himself a real doll, named her, downloaded an app so he can communicate with her, and uses her as a co-host. This man, who doesn't want to deal with real people, has given a personality and a life to an inanimate object, and he's giving advice on how to deal with women. Alright, TFM, Turd, Flinging Monkey, Monkey Boy. God, you all use apes as your fucking avatars. What is wrong with you? You do understand that the ape has the smallest penis of all the primates, and you want to use that as your icon. Alright, that's fine. So tell us, Turd Flinging Monkey, how do you deal with women?
It's really not that complicated. I'm gonna tell you the secret. The secret to dealing with women. All you have to do, and this is top secret, this is the deepest, reddest pill of all.
Enough with the cock teasing already, Monkey Boy. Just tell us already. We're all dying to hear this drop in the bucket of the knowledge that you're espousing to the rest of us.
To understand women and how to deal with them, you just have to think of them as giant, fuckable children with tits. That's it. Everything makes sense if you just keep in mind that they're giant, fuckable children with tits.
No. No. Fucking no. This is the second time I've heard him say that, and it's still wrong. As wrong as someone could possibly fucking be. I don't know what type of women you've been dealing with, because what's the first term that I learned from the MGTOW Rosetta Stone? Oh, that's right. It's Nawalt. Not all women are like that. Believe it or not, even though it's a fallacy for you fucks, not all women are like what you think they are. You see, you are dealing with an extreme, and unfortunately you are not telling the people that you're preaching to, because that's exactly what you're doing, that you're talking about the extreme. So all the little MGTOWs that are in your toxic fucking comment section, especially underneath this goddamn video, don't understand, because, let's face it, you preach to the lowest common denominator. I'd listen to a Scientologist preach to me for an hour, then listen to another one of your fucking videos for 10 minutes. You take the lowest common denominator and you try and make them believe that every single woman is out there to do nothing but steal resources from them. I'm sorry, if you cannot soften the blow of your giant fuckable children with tits comment, I think the people around you need to worry a little bit more about you being around schools. I'm just saying.
What I mean by that is you think about how you would deal with a child in this incident. And that is how you deal with women. You just treat them like children, because that's really what they are.
Oh, I'm dying for an example. Please give me an example.
For example, let's say you brought your children up in a very traditional, God-fearing household, and then you sent them to public school, and they learned a bunch of bad habits from the kids at public school. What is the solution to that problem? Is the solution to go to war against the school and abolish public school and mandate that all parents homeschool their kids? That seems like a little extreme. That's not the solution. That's not actually going to fix the problem.
Alright, that's a fair point. I have to give him that. But remember, he's talking about children as an example of how to deal with fully grown women. So don't let him fool you. I've dealt with someone like this before. The crazy feminist vegan. Tricky, 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 turd flinging monkey. It may work on your subscribers. Let's face it, you could add all of your subscribers' IQ points up and it would still register below 70.
What will fix the problem? What will fix the problem is parenting. Your kids are going to learn bad habits from their friends, whether they go to public school or whether they don't. If they interact with people, if they watch TV, you could shelter them. You could lock them in a padded room and shelter them from the entire world, but eventually they're going to discover things and they're going to emulate their peers. It's just something children do.
So what you're saying is, monkey see, monkey do.
So you really have two options. You can shelter women from the outside world, keeping them completely naive and ignorant of the world around them, just like a sheltered child. But eventually that bubble is going to pop, that armor is going to crack, pick your metaphor. The point is, they're going to learn about things, and they might rebel against you. You see this all the time. Like, the stereotypical example is like the preacher's daughter.
I have an idea of where TFM is taking this example. It's in bad faith, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see if he proves me wrong.
And she's oh so sweet and demure when she's like a minor, and then she goes off to college and she's getting every hole in her body filled by just dicks all the time. Because she just did what her father told her to, because he was the preacher and she was trying to be a good daughter. But as soon as she got away from the preacher, she became a huge whore.
Yep, bad faith argument. Alright, why is this example bad? Well, I'm glad you asked, turd flinging monkey, because I know you're going to. Well, for one, you are taking a very small minority of people. Sorry, a very small minority of women, because, let's face it, men who have the same sheltered home life don't go out and try and stick their dick in everything that'll let them. Oh wait, yes they do. But here's why it's bad faith. Aside from proving it wrong, like I just did, I can give you an example and a counterpoint to your stereotype. I'm sure you know what the Amish is. Did you know that when, I believe, the Amish, men and women, reach the age of 18, it's either 18 or 21, they get a pass to go out into the real world. And I believe they get 6 months to a year to experience it. And anything they do outside of the Amish community is kept outside of the Amish community. Like that whole what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, whatever happens outside the Amish community doesn't come back. They're allowed to sin. Here's the funny thing, about 80% of those Amish go back to their old life and live the rest of their lives as Amish people, driving horse and buggy, putting up barns, churning butter, pumping out babies. The problem with your example, aside from you trying to poison the well, is your terminology. You want to make the woman seem like a whore just because she got out into the free world. And I see what you're getting at, TFM. I hope everyone else does too. When you get to that point, I'm gonna have a lot to say.
So the solution isn't to shelter your children, the solution is parenting. You have to teach your children. You have to discipline your children. You have to be an example to your children. There are parents, believe it or not, who send their kids to public school, shitty as it is, and the kids don't just become gangbangers and single moms. Who knew? And the secret of your kids not becoming gangbangers and single moms is parenting. It's not sheltering. It's not blaming the schools. It's not blaming society. It's taking responsibility and taking control of these children.
Yes, children need to be parented. I will give you that. But what you need to stop doing is talking so much about children, because what you're hoping will happen is your caveman followers will forget that you're talking about women. This is disingenuous. You're not parenting your wife. You're not parenting your girlfriend. You're not parenting your mother. You're not parenting the bag check girl. I don't know if you know this about children, but they kind of have no... Wait. Sorry. Yeah, you wouldn't know about children. You can't have one with your real doll. Children have no agency whatsoever. That's why parenting is important. They don't have limits. That's why discipline is in order. Restrictions, control. Children are not women. Stop it.
So anyway, years ago, I was watching one of these shows where these parents had these out-of-control kids. The kids just ran amok. They couldn't control them. So they went on this TV show and Super Nanny showed up. And she just taught the parents to stop letting the kids walk all over them because the parents are adults and the children are children. And all they need to do is start laying down the law and being consistent, and then the children became behaved. They didn't have to resort to violence. They just had to establish their authority. Are you seeing kind of where I'm going with this?
Oh yes, I see where you're going with it, and it's wrong. The whole thinking behind this is wrong. Super Nanny works for children who have gotten out of hand. Parents who have let their children walk all over them. This does not work for grown women. I agree with standing up for yourself, but it sounds a lot like you're arguing for dominating them, oppressing them, controlling them, actually putting us in a legitimate patriarchy. You're an idiot.
The problem with women is men have abdicated their authority over them. It's not Western society, it's not TV, and neither is it cultural Marxism and Jews and whatever thing you're blaming on the behavior of women. Stop it. Women are doing what they're doing because men do not have authority over them. Just like children will act like spoiled little shits if their parents don't have authority over them. And the solution is not violence or anything against some third party. The solution is to reestablish that authority over the people who require your authority. Children in the case of parents, and men in the case of women.
Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to clean out your ears. TFM, this fucking monkey, is actually suggesting to slap the bitch just to keep her in order. No wonder you have so many Muslim subscribers.
And Muslims, you should be all over this. I mean, you guys are supposed to be super religious and you have the Quran. I'm pretty sure Allah told you guys to take control of your women, so what the fuck? Why are you blaming Western society for your women's behavior instead of taking control of your women like you're supposed to? I mean, seriously, do not drop the ball.
Are you fucking kidding me, monkey? You know, I was hoping, just hoping a little bit, that maybe, just fucking maybe, you were joking, that this was a Poe. But no, you legitimately advocate for slapping women around to keep them in line. Are you jealous of the power that the Muslim culture supposedly holds over their women? What does it matter to you? Because let's be honest here, the only cunt that you own can't fight back, so I don't think you'd actually have a problem slapping her around. Now, just before you think I'm crass for crass sake, I'm saying cunt because it's a sex toy. All it is a masturbatory aid for you to put your 3-inch dick into.
Last year, the King of Saudi Arabia started allowing women to vote in local elections. This is a very slippery slope. Once women vote, you have passed the point of no return.
Really? Repealing the 19th Amendment. We're here again. Look, if you really want to know my thoughts on that, watch my Penoid video, and you can hear exactly what I feel about that. I'm going to skip the rest of this portion because this dumb fucking monkey doesn't add anything to the conversation, because all he's doing is talking out of his ass.
Now let's address the elephant in the room. Sometimes you have to spank your kids. I look at it as an issue of escalating force. Like when you lay the authority down and you say, you will do this because I'm your father and you're going to listen to me, and the kid says no, and they start hitting you, at some point, when words fail, you need to establish the fact in their mind that you are much stronger than them, and you will be obeyed.
I want you to remember one important thing here. Turd Flinging Monkey is using children as an allegory for women. He is suggesting that if they don't obey you, if they disagree with you, if they throw a temper tantrum, the first thing you should do is spank them. You should prove to them that you're more powerful, more domineering, you're stronger than them, and that they will obey you. You see, that works with children, because children actually crave restriction. They wouldn't know what to do with free reign. On top of that, they're still learning. You can't just do this with a woman. Now, I want to put in the caveat that yes, he said the child starts hitting you. If the woman indeed throws the first punch, by all means, do what you need to do. Retaliate however you feel you need to retaliate. In TFM's case, he'd put on the brass knuckles and clock her across the jaw just to make sure she knew who to obey. You see, with normal adults, they try to de-escalate the situation. Turd Flinging Monkey, on the other hand, just thinks he needs to keep his pimp hand strong. And then of course all the bitches will fall in line.
Now, how do you communicate the fact that you're much stronger than them and that you will be obeyed when all else has failed? I can't think of too many ways that don't involve a little bit of pain. Just a little bit. I'm not saying beat the living shit out of your kids. Just let them know, I am twice your size. I will knock you the fuck out if you don't listen to me.
And this is why the world at large is supremely exuberant that you haven't procreated. And if you have procreated, and there are a bunch of little monkey spawn running around, that you don't have custody of them. This isn't how you parent, you dumb fuck. But of course he's not talking about children, he's talking about women. Remember, according to Turd Flinging Monkey, they're just giant fuckable children with tits. And however you treat your children, you should treat adult women. You schmuck.
See, unlike men, women do not have any power to enforce their will on men. If women got together and said, all right, girls, we're going to band together and, okay, boys, you're going to do what we want because we're the women and we control vaginas and you're going to do what we want. The men can easily say, no, fuck you. We're bigger and stronger than you. We don't have to do shit. There's nothing they can do about it. I mean, they can say, well, we're not going to have sex with you. You want to bet? Honestly, there's really nothing a woman can do to stop a man from raping her.
What the fuck? Are you seriously advocating yet again for violence against women? MGTOW, if you're still listening to this and you haven't just gone to the comment section calling me a white knight, this is one of your paragons? This is one of the staples in your community? This is one of the pillars? This is one of the people that you listen to? Are you fucking joking? And you wonder why people look at you as if you're nothing but a bunch of misogynistic assholes that hate women. Well, they can look at this goddamn video right here. Not mine, I'm talking about Turd Flinging Monkey's video. They can look at his video right here and say, look, one of the heads of the MGTOW community is not only advocating beating women and slapping them around if they don't do what you want, but no, he's actually using the threat of rape to keep them in line. Just move to fucking Iraq already, you stupid fucking moron. We don't want you here. Go your own fucking way to a different goddamn country. Join a rape gang. I'm sure you'll be happy about that.
So women have absolutely no power over men. The only reason why they can manipulate men is because men give them permission to. And we as a society enforce gynocentrism by men on men.
No, Turd Flinging Monkey. It's called respect, which is obvious that you don't understand. But at the same time, you don't deserve any of it from anyone, especially because of the garbage and vitriol that you spit from this video. You are absolutely worthless. I have more respect for Riley J. Dennis, because at least Riley stands up for what they believe. You, on the other hand, you preach to your choir and have them echo back to you how wonderful you are, and you keep them angry, and you don't help them heal, you don't help them move on. There are trees around you who are desperately making oxygen for you to breathe. You should apologize to them.
Men obey feminist laws not because they fear women, but because they fear men in uniforms and guns coming for them. But this is what's coming, and it's coming to the Muslim world. I talked about this in my cycles videos. The Muslim world is just further back in the cycle than the West. But everything's being laid just like in the same way. You're seeing it unfold in real time. It's not the Western culture corrupting your women, just like it's not cultural Marxists corrupting your women. It's women being women. This is how women are. They're children.
your example of women being giant fuckable children with tits is completely off base. And here's why. And listen closely, because hopefully you'll learn something. Children, I would go up to the age of about 16, are constantly learning. Their brain is still developing. Did you know that the human brain is continuing to develop? Up until about the age of 30, there are still neural pathways that are growing and learning and attaching and spreading. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? So, your example of treating them like children, well, you're dealing with someone who doesn't understand their boundaries. You're dealing with someone who doesn't understand that they can't do certain things because they live in their imagination. They live in the moment. They live with the knowledge that their parents are going to be there for them if they ever get in trouble. Adults, on the other hand, even adult women, realize that their actions have consequences. So when you have these conversations with them, instead of treating them like a child, like you know better than them in every aspect of life, I'll even use their term, when you mansplain to them, maybe look at them as a peer, as someone that you could possibly respect, because you give respect and it will be given back to you. But when you look at someone who happens to be a different sex than you, as someone that's beneath you and needs to be dominated and shown who's boss, well, I'm sorry, darling. Unless that's in the bedroom, they're gonna think you're an asshole. I want to point out one ginormous point out of all of these, and it's going to be my closing statement. Specifically for you, MGTOW, for those who are still listening, you are taking advice on not only parenting, but how you should treat women from someone who doesn't have a relationship or children. He doesn't want anything to do with women, and by that standard probably really has no want to be around children. This is who you're taking your advice from? Are you fucking mental? Because Turd Flinging Monkey doesn't care about you and your problems. Oh yes, he says he does. He cares about all the men out there. He cares about all the MGTOW. He's even including incels now in his later videos. There's a reason, MGTOW, that people look at you the way that they do. It's people like Turd Flinging Monkey. And if you want to lose that stigma, you need to stop listening to garbage like this. Who knew that Turd Flinging Monkey supported Sharia law? And those are my thoughts, folks. I'd love to know yours. Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to keep the fun going, there's a link to my Discord down below where you can jump into the hideout and talk to me, the trio, Sarah, or you can jump into behind the scenes where you can talk to the people behind the characters. If you like what I do here and you want to support the channel, which I hope you do, there's a link to Streamlabs, PayPal, and Patreon down below. If you want to become a patron, there's a bunch of new reward tiers that you should check out. As well, if you want to sport some amazing merchandise, check the TeePublic store down below. But that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Help for the Guildless. My name, of course, is Antoine, and I really hope you all have a wonderful evening.